there, friends, welcome, welcome on in. Let the night unwind.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Oak and Agave. I am Prentice, and
I'm Stu.
he is Stu. So tonight, well, I've had these bottles for a little while. The actual first shipment got lost in the mail.
Oh no.
Yeah, it did. Somebody had that package delivered to their porch and was like, "Ooh, tequila." So
Don't mind if I do.
I reached out and I told the guy that, hey, unfortunately, it says it's been delivered, but it had not been delivered. So
Here.
he was kind enough to send a whole nother package.
Oh man.
Hey, and these are on American Airline. So if you ever flown American Airline and you've had a margarita or a tequila shot or anything like that to do with tequila, these little guys are on there. So yeah, I know they're very proud to have that on associated with an airline. That's
I just flew American for the first time a few months ago, and very pleased with the whole airline, by the way. But yes, I didn't even know this was on there.
Can you imagine how excited they were once Americans like, hey, yeah, because the company I work for on my real job, you know, we do business with some big companies.
Right.
And once I landed a couple of those big company deals, I'm like, man, that's
Start getting your name out there and things happen.
That happens. And like they're getting their name out there with that. And,
Good.
And absolutely, I'm thrilled to death for them to have that deal. And but tonight we're going to try the Añejo, and we're going to get into this right now and see how that goes. And we'll talk about some different things and all that as we go. But as most of the time, I was going to say as always, but there's been a couple of videos that we have not featured Copper and Tap t-shirts. Very few, but copperandtap.com. Use code Oak and Agave 15 at checkout to get your discount. Man, they get some really cool t-shirts.
Oh, and their socks.
Hats and socks.
Socks are my jam. Oh,
those socks are bad to the bone.
Very subtle ways to throw some flair in there. I like it.
The ones that I've got have got a little Glencairns like this glass on there, and it's got a little pour in the glass. But I love those socks, man. But hey, Socorro Añejo Tequila. So an Añejo Tequila is aged between 6 months and I believe 2 years. I've heard different schools of thought.
Okay.
But it's between 6 months and 2 years. And then you go into the extra Añejo or the ultra Añejo.
And they're aged in X whiskey.
They're aged in either X French oak barrels or American white oak barrels.
Okay.
Most of the time they are aged in X bourbon barrels because they are American white oak charred barrels.
You're going to pick a lot of flavor and coloration out of it.
And the coloration on this guy is just beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
It's a very nice hue of kind of a goldish, like brownish gold.
Yeah.
But it's a pretty color. Anyway, let's give this guy a little pop, see what we got. Oh, it's going to be a good one.
Ooh, that was solid.
I could tell that was going to be a good one by how hard I was on the pull on it. But this guy is made in the Jalisco region of Mexico, just like all tequilas. To be a tequila, it has to be made in Jalisco region of Mexico. And I'm expecting big things from this guy. Añejo. I love an Añejo. And Añejo is like a sipping tequila.
Right.
Most Añejos are going to be a little more expensive than even a reposado because there's more time and effort put into it.
Well, and even just looking at these two bottles, you can definitely see a difference in the coloration.
This is the reposado, and it's like more of a rose color, maybe?
Kind of like a green tea color almost.
Yeah. I was thinking like a rosé wine or something like
I can see that as well.
or like a
Oh man, that just
Zinfandel. That's beautiful.
that smells so good.
Oh, speaking of that, we watched a special on Leonard Skinner the other night.
Oh, nice.
Speaking of, that smell. And it went into like how the plane crashed.
Oh man,
The plane was going down, and the guys knew it was going to crash, and it got to tree level, and the guys were like, trees, trees, trees. The pilot screwed up. They almost made it past the trees
into a clear.
They put the landing gear down, and it
snagged
caught,
up.
and it went straight down. After that. There were like, I thought everybody, I was the impression everybody died, but no, there was
a few members, it was such a large group at the time, considered what other groups were and everything, and so they had all these other aspects.
Yeah, they were huge when that happened. That was a poor timing on that part. Man, that is so good.
Oh,
it reminds me of the one we did a couple of episodes ago, almost, of the agave vice.
Yes,
together. It reminds me a lot of that flavor. But this is an añejo, and that was reposado.
Reposado.
But even the reposado, that one was darker than
it really was.
Yeah. But this is really good though. Yeah. Vanilla bomb, just all of the.
Quick question for you.
Yeah.
So tequilas are distilled the same.
Right.
Some are aged in possibly.
Now, there are some subtle differences.
There are, like the mezcal.
In the production of the tequila.
Okay.
This is a mature agave, which is a mature agave plant, grows from 8 to 10 years.
Oh, wow.
And some are in the highlands of Mexico and some are in the lowlands.
Okay.
So that's going to produce different flavors for the soil that it's grown in. The lowlands are more volcanic soil. They pick up a more mineral taste.
Or more of acidic and all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Right, more of like a minerality, like a natural rainwater taste almost.
Gotcha.
Where the highland's going to be a little sweeter.
Well,
actually.
with their aging process in the barrels, are they aging these in that same region?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So are there as many temperature fluctuations as we would get? Let's say we're in Kentucky.
I don't think so. I think it just, I was going to say that it pretty much just stays hot down in Mexico.
Okay.
Because they're closer to desert regions.
Oh, I was just kind of curious. I didn't know if, we've seen some that are a little bit darker than others, if maybe they're aged in different climates and whatnot. So opening, closing, all that.
Jalisco region is a huge region.
Right.
Too. There's many different states and everything in Jalisco. I think it's more like the higher middle section is the Jalisco region.
Okay.
But there's some on the coast, and it goes all the way back up to the Gulf of America as well.
There you go. Well played.
But you think about California, and this is just south of California. So I've been out there a bunch of times, and the temperature just stays like 75.
Okay.
In that area. So I would say the temperature fluctuation would be about the same as that area.
Okay.
I would think.
I mean,
never been to Jalisco region.
I'm getting a lot of sweetness initially. Fades out very, very doesn't. That sweetness doesn't stick around as long as I would expect it to.
I get pepper, like a white pepper on the initial taste. It's very. I hate to use the term, but it's very smooth.
Yeah.
There's no harshness or burn to it at all. And for sipping, man, that would get you in trouble.
Oh, yeah.
Because you could sip a lot of that.
You really could. Man.
This is the tequila that songs are named after, or made after. Tequila makes a close follow.
Just it's almost, again, me not being a real big tequila connoisseur and everything, I immediately flash back to old days of college. Had no idea what kind of tequila I was drinking at the time.
Probably a Jose Gold or
that, but it was always accompanied with a lime and salt.
Exactly.
That made it palatable.
You don't need that with this.
But I get that smooth finish that always created.
Right.
So that's, I mean.
You don't need salt and lime and all that.
You really don't.
With this.
But it gives you that smooth finish that you were trying to get with that back in the day.
Because it's just so smooth.
Yeah.
So clean. So fresh.
Yeah.
All that.
I get feels like I'm kind of growing up. Like it's nice and sophisticated now, but it has that flashback of college. Like,
I understand.
This is what I was striving for back then. I just couldn't afford it.
Right. Exactly. No. And I failed to look up the price points on these. But I'm going to guess 30 to 50 and probably 60 to 80 on this guy.
Okay.
Just guessing. I would guess that the Blanco would be around 30 to 40.
Okay.
Because of the comparisons that we've.
What about availability?
It's pretty much available in any of your tequila websites or, on the Google machine.
On the Goog?
Yeah.
Okay.
Google that.
Nice.
I mean, it's on American Airlines, so it's going to be readily available.
There you go. Yeah, that's a valid point.
But anyway, that is fabulous. That is definitely something to write home about. I still get that in my mouth right now. It's and I ain't had a sip in 2 minutes. But it's pretty long on the
more that I go after
the mid to back.
Right, I'm starting to get right there, like we're talking about the jowl.
Right,
I still get that savory sweetness hanging in there.
And to be fair, my braces that I got,
was wondering about that. If
they changed the flavor for me on everything. Everything I eat or taste or whatever, it puts a little bit of a.
So I need to throw some. I need to throw some tinfoil in there so we can be on the same page.
Put your grill in, It's like Anyway. But I think our producer is looking up the availability and price on the.
But I mean, even as not being a tequila fan, let's say that we're in that $68 range. I think this would be.
That one,
that'd be worth it. That would be worth it for the Añejo.
40, 50, 60 bucks for a reposado.
Right. Obviously, because we're not aging as long.
Right. There's not as much time and effort and process put into it.
Correct.
And then storage. You put whiskey or tequila in a barrel, and the barrel's 53 gallons. So it's a big barrel, and you got to store it for years. I mean, or a lot of months anyway on the tequila. But
if I went out and purchased this with hard-earned money, I wouldn't be disappointed.
Right, exactly. Anyway,
very nice.
So I don't know what to talk about right now. I'm gonna have to cut that part out. I guess we can wrap it.
Yep.
All right.
$42.99
for Añejo.
Yeah.
What website is that?
On their.
What's their website?
Socorro.com.
Hit that logo. There you go. Yeah. Okay.
SocorroTequila.com.
Okay. All right.
And they are running Reposado's 36, 42.
Okay. Anyway, so go to their website, SocorroTequila.com. This guy is running about $36, and this Añejo is running $42. That is a bargain.
Yeah, I would gladly jump on that.
Añejo tequila, I've got some Añejo tequilas in there that are $300.
Okay.
So that's a bargain right there.
Absolutely.
$42. Yeah. But anyway, if you watched all the way to the end, put hashtag agave.
There you go.
Yeah, hashtag agave.
Bring it back to the roots.
Let us know that you watched it all the way to the end, and we would appreciate it. And if you're on American Airlines, ask for this tequila and by name. Ask for Socorro Tequila by name. And tell them you want a margarita or a tequila shot, I guess.
Yeah, on the rocks.
Or tequila sunrise.
Yeah, throw it in there.
Tequila sunrise. Anyway, So we'll catch you guys next time on Oak and Agave. We appreciate you watching all the way to the end, and have a great night.